Yes, guys, this is Divyansh. Welcome to the United Talk. Manchester United has drawn 1-1 against Everton at home. And it's always the same story this season, right? One step forward for Manchester United, two steps backward. And I can't say that I did not expect this result because the thing is, going into this game against Everton, we had everything to win. We had the motivation to win because Chelsea had lost 4 out of the 5 games. We had the confidence to win, we had the momentum to win, we had the form of our strikers to win this game. And yet, in the first half, it looked like Manchester United players had dumbbells up their backside because they couldn't move. They couldn't move the entire game. And if you look at the entire game, we had 2 clear-cut chances as far as I remember. The first chance came to Jesse Lingard in the first minute, and he should have scored. He should have at least hit the target, but I think he should have scored. I've seen him score that kind of a goal against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge about 2-3 years back, but he should have scored. And the second chance came to Daniel James when he hit the ball straight into Jesse Lingard's face. So apart from that, there was no clear-cut chance. The Mason Greenwood goal, and what a goal by the youngster. I think that goal itself was not a clear-cut chance. It was just the quality of the finishing by Mason Greenwood that actually got us back into the game. An 18-year-old bailing us out yet again. Manchester United, this season is full of ups and downs. The problem is that although Marcus Rashford is performing well, Anthony Martial is scoring goals, Daniel James is providing assists. The problem is that when the strikers are not in form, when the strikers are not scoring goals, and I don't think we can expect Rashford, Martial or James to perform in every game. They are allowed to have a bad day. So when Rashford doesn't score, when Martial doesn't score, then where are the goals coming from? And what we are lacking right now as a team is the goals from midfield. Because, and don't get me wrong, I think Scott McTominay and Fred have done a fantastic job in the past 2 months or so. But I don't expect them to even go on and score goals on a regular basis. I think what we are lacking is that number 10 position, that number 10 player, someone like a Paul Pogba. And I again come on to a player who has not played for Manchester United due to injury since past 2.5 months now, or something like that. And I come back to the same player because this game emphasized the fact that how important is someone like Paul Pogba for us right now. And it's just not Pogba. It could be any number 10, any playmaker like a Felipe Coutinho, like a Paul Pogba, like a Christian Eriksen, like a Bruno Fernandes. It could be anyone. But how desperately are we lacking that creative attacking midfielder who can also provide goals from midfield? And I think that's the reason why this season we are playing like the Wolves of last season, wherein they were great against the top 6 sides, but really struggled against the bottom side of the table. Because the bottom teams sit against us, they defend against us, and that's what Everton came to do. Even Duncan Ferguson, the temporary coach of Everton, said after the game that they came here to get a point. I mean, they were very happy with the point, and they got the point. The first goal, the own goal that Victor Lindelof scored, I don't think it's Victor's fault because he couldn't do anything about it. He couldn't sort his feet out in time. And I don't want to blame this draw or this lackluster performance on the bad refereeing, but I think it was bad What's wrong with my English today? I think it was bad refereeing by the referee throughout the match because if you look at that VAR decision, I think the arms of the defender are in an unnatural position. So when you have your arms right up there for no apparent reason, and then you're impeding the goalkeeper, it's bound to have an impact on the goalkeeper. And I believe that if the arm was not in an unnatural position by the defender, De Gea would have saved that. So I'm really surprised that VAR did not overturn that decision. The goal was given. But like I said, there's no excuse to the way we played because we did not play well and we did not deserve to win this game. The only good thing about the game was the performance of Fred, because I thought Fred did try. He did play well. I think Daniel James again ran throughout the game. Wan-Bissaka did what Wan-Bissaka always does. He came up with some crucial challenges. But apart from that, I think my man of the match would go to Mason Greenwood, because for a player at the age of 18, you know, the world of the shoulders, wow, I'm just losing it today. I think all the expectations of the world are falling on his shoulders right now, because every game he comes on in the 80th minute or in the 75th minute and he's expected to do something different. And again, this time, thankfully, he came on at the right time with about 25 minutes to go, and he had to make a difference. He had to create something. And what a shot by the guy. It's very scary to even realize that he looks very similar to Robin van Persie and plays very similar to Robin van Persie. But I'm very happy for the kid. I think 7th goal for him in the season. I think he scored more goals than Anthony Martial now. But if you look at the next fixtures that United have, it's Colchester United at home in the League Cup. That will be an interesting game because again, they're going to come, they're going to sit, they're going to defend against us, try and hit us on the counter attack, and let's see what kind of team Ole Gunnar Solskjaer puts out. After that, we have 3 very winnable games. We have Watford away, we have Newcastle at home, and then we have Burnley away. These 3 teams, these 3 games on paper, we should be winning every year. But right now, the way Manchester United is playing, I don't see us getting 9 points out of 9 in the Premier League. I hope we do, because the top 4 race, I don't see us getting into the top 4 as well, because I think the best chance for us is the Europa League, and we have drawn against Club Brugge today in the Europa League. So the best chance for us to get into the top 4 is through Europa League, and by that Solskjaer can also get a trophy. But apart from that, I don't see us getting into a top 4 race. All in all, I think the next 3 games will determine a lot. We'll speak a lot about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and what the transfer strategy should be in January. By now, the strategy should be locked. If it's not locked, I think the next 2-3 games will tell us what we are in dire need for January. Because if Paul Pogba is not back in time, we will not be able to defeat such teams. And again, I would like to say that Jesse Lingard, while the guy has played relatively okay in the past 2-3 games, he still is only good when he has to play against teams who are going to attack us, because he has that ability to just take the ball and then drive through the midfield. But when the teams are sitting, he has literally no creativity. So he's a very good bench player. He's a very good squad player to have. But he's not a regular starter. I don't think so. And I'm very happy that Andres Pereira did not get a game yesterday, because he is again a very good squad. He's a good squad player to have, but nothing more than that. So we are missing Paul Pogba. Let's just hope that we get Pogba back in time, and let's just hope that United just take some kind of a momentum from the City and the Tottenham game, and just forget about the Everton game, and just go in and defeat these 3 teams that I mentioned, the 4 teams that I mentioned. If we do that, we are seriously talking about top 4, because then Chelsea will be playing Tottenham away from home. So that will be an interesting matchup anyway. Mourinho facing Chelsea, but I think the top 4 race will be on if you are able to win the next 3-4 games. But we need Paul Pogba back. Till the next time, guys, take care.